Why did you?
He just didn't hit record.
Oh, gotcha.
He was too busy messing with levels. I mean, you got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Jeez, TJ, you had one job.
So is this being recorded now?
One job.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
One job. Okay. Monty
Chris,
Hall.
Yeah.
you are on the show. Let's make a deal.
Yeah.
And you're at the part where there's 3 doors.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And behind one of the doors is a prize.
Yeah.
Behind 2 of the other doors, there are goats. And we're assuming here you don't want a goat.
Dang.
Some
okay.
people want a goat, but you don't want the goat.
I did own a goat at one point. I will put that out there.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So, pick a door. Why not?
I'm picking door number 2.
You're going to pick door number 2. So then,
It's probably a goat.
Monty Hall opens door number 1.
Sorry.
Monty Hall opens door number 1.
Gotta clip that.
Okay. Monty Hall.
Monty Hall opens door number 1. And he reveals a goat.
Mm-hmm.
And now he says, okay, there's 2 doors left. There's your door,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the other door.
Mm-hmm.
Should you stay with the door that you have,
The goat?
or should you switch,
Oh, wait.
or does it not matter?
Ooh.
Now,
I watched a lot of.
Before you answer, there is a right answer. And I told you guys,
Okay.
you're not going to believe me.
So the question is, should you stay with the door you originally chose, or
Should you switch,
should you switch?
or does it not matter?
Okay.
I'm probably staying with the door. I watched a lot of Let's Make a Deal as a kid
Why would you stay with the door? What is your reasoning behind staying with the door?
because I don't think it changes anything.
Well, it most certainly changes anything. What if you change your door and you actually win a car, and you don't?
Well, yeah,
change
but I
and then
picked
you
2
win
at
a
the
goat?
beginning anyways.
So
like them showing me that there was a goat in one of them doesn't like there was going to be a goat in one of them that they were not going to show me regardless. Right?
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You should switch.
okay.
Because when you first picked the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
First pick the door.
You had a 1 in 3 chance.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when Monty opens a door after you've picked one already, he knows where the goats are. He knows where the car is. He's never going to open a door and be like, oh, there's a car behind it. Sorry. You know what I mean?
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
but
This
he
is the
gives
door you did
opportunity to
pick. Oh, there's the car.
switch, which means if you switch, you have a 2/3 chance of getting it right. You're not going to get it right every time. Like if you go in, like if you played the Monty Hall game a billion times in a row and you always switched, you will win the car 2/3 of the time.
Okay, I still have 2/3 of the chance if I don't switch though.
Huh?
I still have 2/3 of a chance.
There's only one car though, so that's not possible.
You were just saying that I had 2/3 of a chance. Because if
I thought you were opposing me. What are you saying?
I thought you were opposing me.
the point is, right?
Yeah.
The first door, say door number 1, I think is what you said,
Yeah.
had the goat in it, right? They showed me the goat.
Sure.
Yep. Got a goat.
Okay.
Did it
Once
have a
that's
saddle?
eliminated, it's 50% chance.
No.
Yes.
No. Because he's never gonna. It's because he knows where they are. So, okay, let's look at everything that could possibly happen. Right. Let's say it's goat car. Right.
Uh-huh.
You pick door number 1.
Uh-huh.
He opens door number 2.
Yeah.
If you switch, you get the car. Got it?
Yeah, but what if the car was already in door number 1?
It's not.
How do you?
I'm telling you what. I'm telling you.
What?
It's goat car. Listen to me, Chris. Goat car. That's where they are. 1, 2, 3. Goat car.
So the car's at number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
If you pick 1, you have a goat.
Yeah.
Yep.
He shows you door number 2.
Yeah.
You switch. You
Yeah.
get the car.
Yeah.
Scenario 2. You pick door number 2.
Mm-hmm.
He opens door number 1. There's a goat. You switch. You get the car. Scenario number 3. You pick the car. He opens door number 2 or 1.
So
You see a goat. You switch onto a goat. You see how there's 2 scenarios where you get the car and 1 where you don't?
I don't.
Why?
Because I'm dumb. I am dumb. So let's see here. Episode 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I feel like we probably got like 2 or 3 subscribers. So we're doing real well. We're nothing but up.
One a week. That's what we're shooting for, I think. 1 subscriber a week. We'll be there soon.
I mean, this is quality content. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to listen to it.
Are you guys sharing it like in the youth group? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It's in the emails. It's
I share
in
it to
the.
my grandmother. You know.
It gets some good engagement whenever I post the reels on Instagram and stuff. It's good.
Yeah, my mom's like, I'm so proud of you.
Good.
She really doesn't. She doesn't even know it exists. She doesn't even know what a podcast is, I'm pretty certain.
My mom just commented on the last time that we talked about how we thought Val Kilmer was dead.
Wait, Val Kilmer's not dead?
No, he's
I'm
not
just teasing.
dead.
Anyway. All right. So big thing, Olympics, right?
Yep.
That is going on right now. And so I feel like, it'd be appropriate to do some form of Olympic style conversation. So, favorite events for Olympics.
Well, for me, I've said this before, but I think it is swimming because we are humans that were made to walk on land.
And you wish that you were a fish.
And yeah, like that's so cool. Like
or a Navi.
Like, oh yeah,
They,
from
Navi.
Pandora,
They good at
Avatar.
Are they good at swimming?
I didn't watch the new
Come
one.
on, man.
Come on now.
You got to watch the new one.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
They go like
Sorry.
snorkeling. And
Sorry.
stuff.
So Chris.
Yeah, I like the
Wants
swimming.
to be a fish.
Yeah, I think it's cool to watch. I can't do it that well, but I mean, I can swim, but like not like them. What?
Krish moves. It's your fish name. You Krish.
You're a Chris.
Krish the fish.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. That there's some unique Olympic sports now though, like breakdancing's technically in there, skateboarding's in there now.
Which I feel
Climbing.
I feel like skateboarding, like BMX, like I feel like that is appropriate.
Oh well, yeah. If you're gonna do the Winter Olympics and have like the snowboarding freestyle,
Yeah.
like that makes sense. Breakdancing,
Yeah,
I think there's a line.
Changing with
but-
the time.
Wait a second, though. I would say I would much rather see breakdancing rather than that dumb game you were watching, like when we were at Hooligans for our appreciation.
Bro, handball?
Handball? That is
Handball's
the-
so sick.
That's like a bunch of dudes that like sucked at every other sport. Like, hey guys, let's get together and let's play
I'll
handball.
bet you that's the national sport of at least one country.
It's like honestly, it's like cornhole or bowling. It's one of those things of like, these guys live in trailer parks and don't have anything better to do. No offense, people who live in trailer parks. But I don't know. It was just so dumb. But anyway, is ultimate frisbee an Olympic sport?
No.
Why
It's
not?
not?
It's about as dumb as handball.
How is it?
I just made a lot of.
We don't have
enemies.
ultimate frisbee as an Olympic
No,
sport.
sir.
Do no other
but
countries
handball
play it?
made it in there.
Yeah, handball seems to be pretty popular in like India is what I meant.
Ultimate-
the Indy 500, they're a sponsor.
Yeah,
Ultimate frisbee dropped from LA 2028 Olympics consideration, so not even going to be at the next Olympics.
Dang.
Wow.
It's because they realize
But
it's dumb.
yeah, I love watching sports in the Olympics that I would not be able to watch if it wasn't for the Olympics. So fencing.
Oh yeah, fencing's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way they put those pickets up so quick, it's crazy.
I need to add like a laughter.
Or a wah wah.
Yeah, but like it's like okay, I get it. I get that a lot of people like to watch swimming, but I don't. I'll just say that. But like, how can swimming be what you're after when there's literally sword fighting on television?
Dude, I think sword
Like-
fighting's super cool.
Yeah. They added climbing.
Oh yeah, I've
So,
seen that. That one's
they
intense.
Have like bouldering or whatever, where it's like there's this crazy complex wall that you have to climb, and like I don't know if time is a factor, but then there's speed climbing. where
I've
it's
seen
like-
the speed
it's like-
climbing.
Climbing is nuts.
It is like a rock wall that you would get for like a youth event, but like half the rocks, and these guys are
Like
climbing
5
up the wall
seconds.
faster than I could run.
I mean, like I feel like it's the closest you can get to a real life Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts how fast those dudes do that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that theory. I like that view.
Taekwondo I was watching a second ago.
Okay.
Badminton.
Nope.
Beach volleyball.
Nope.
Beach volleyball is good.
Yeah. I guess beach volleyball is cool. It's definitely cool.
There's so much good stuff to watch.
But like badminton, though, come on, man.
What?
Like that's like a cookout game. Like how on earth did
It's a
that make
cookout
it?
game for you because you're American.
It's one of the only
everything to somebody
It's one of
who's from Indonesia.
badminton's one of the only sports we haven't gotten a medal in. Like U.S. hasn't.
There's no reason for that. Why is that even a thing? Why would Americans not be the bomb at badminton?
Because we're busy playing tennis or something.
Because we only play it.
Bro, we don't
on
get
the
medals
4th
in
of July?
tennis either.
Well, French people are busy playing. We get medals in plenty of stuff. We got Noah Lyles winning like 1 billion medals in running. We got I think we got a shot put one this year. We got a bunch of stuff.
We did. We do have the most medals
cornhole's
and the
coming,
most-
right? Cornhole's got to be coming to
wouldn't
the
mind.
Olympics.
I wouldn't mind if cornhole was in the Olympics.
You know what else is coming?
If curling could be there,
Pickleball's coming.
I
Absolutely.
don't doubt it. Like
Yeah.
absolutely.
I didn't know. I mean, call me crazy. I just didn't know pickleball even existed until I moved to Florida.
I didn't either until I've lived here forever, but I'm saying like until like a few years ago, I'd never heard of it.
And like it's almost like COVID. It spread so quick. I feel like that's probably a bad example, but we were talking to some friends back up in West Virginia, like again, where I lived all of my life and never heard of pickleball. We were talking on the phone, apparently, or my wife was talking to our friends on the phone, and apparently they're playing pickleball in West Virginia now. And so it's like, interesting. So yeah, no, I mean, I don't see how far fetched like pickleball in the Olympics is. Like, it makes sense.
It, honestly, there's table tennis and there's regular tennis. It's pickleball's right in the middle.
Yeah, like,
Basically.
dude, Olympic ping pong or table tennis, like,
Dude, that
is-
stuff's crazy.
I don't understand it.
This guy from Sweden, first of all, I've never seen it before. He has like an octagonal paddle,
What the heck?
like not a
Octagonal?
circle.
He
Not a
uses a
circle.
stop sign?
Yeah, it looks like a little stop sign.
What the
And,
heck?
like,
This would work
But
great.
dude, this guy pulled the slickest trick shot I've ever seen. Just like it didn't even look like a whole lot of spin. He put it on there, hit it like really shallow on their side of the table, and like the other guy couldn't have hit it with an oar. It was
Really?
like way out of his reach. It was impossible to get.
I just like that's just next level. Like when you get to the Olympic like platform, like you as an athlete, whatever sport you're playing, like there has to be how much of it is like training and hard work. I know that's a factor, obviously, but like how much is it to like genetics, like the way your brain works, the way your body is for certain events. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's why there's like father sons, like not necessarily Olympics that I can. Well, actually, I know that I want to say it was shot put. No, it was discus. The guy that won discus this year, the gold medal, broke his dad's record from 20 years ago, 40 years ago, something like that.
And then the next guy beat it right after that.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
That was crazy. It was an American that broke his dad's record.
Oh,
And then this Jamaican guy came up and absolutely demolished it.
huh.
Well, not the record. He beat the record by something very marginal. But like he was not expected to throw the discus that far. He wasn't supposed to win, but he won. Big time.
So if you could be in the Olympics, which sport would you want to compete in or event?
Are we in an alternate universe where I've spent my life preparing for this, or are we talking like if I had to sign up? There's like an Olympic sports sheet right in front of me. I had to pick one.
I feel like that's a better way to approach it. So yeah,
so let
No-
me
no-
pull up
no
the list
alternate
real
universe.
quick. Let me pull up the
Probably
list.
like archery.
I can pick something really cool.
dude, I
Olympic.
realized that I am terrible at archery. When we were at summer camp, I thought I was really good. You know, it's one of those things like you think you're good at everything, but you're really not. It's a
I know. I
problem.
want.
I don't think they have
Summer
a weight class for
Olympics.
me in wrestling.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Do they have sumo wrestling?
I don't think so because that's like only Japan. So
Oh, okay. I mean, why not? I would love to sumo wrestle. That'd be fun.
Let's
I
see.
don't like their outfits, but I would like to sumo wrestle. I think that'd be fun.
sometimes I would like to not sumo wrestle and just wear the outfit.
question.
Oh man. So
Golf.
Chris, what are you looking up?
I'm looking at the Olympic sports list.
Oh, he's
I'm
got to have a
trying,
list.
I'm trying to find something good in here.
I think for me,
Ooh, surfing's a new one. That's cool.
high dives, like
That's crazy.
it blows my mind.
The synchronized diving
Yes.
is the hardest thing I could ever imagine doing.
Honestly, though, anything synchronized just seems that much more difficult because you're relying on someone else. It's not just you.
Yep.
And so
I don't think I've ever agreed with anybody on anything. Like, imagine having to do the same exact thing.
right. Well, and imagine too, like if you lose a medal spot because your partner, like do you? What the heck? Do you ever talk to them again? Like, you cost me a podium finish. Get out of my life. You are dead to me.
It would be like that.
It'd be terrible. But yeah, but I think diving for me, man, has always been one of those things that's just like phenomenal. Like the way that they can flip and find themselves in a space where they dive into the pool rather than just belly flop or back flop or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
The velodrome cycling as well. Have you seen that? Where it's like a little NASCAR track for bicycles.
Yes.
And then they like these bikes go like 50 miles an hour, and they're like drafting each other. There's one called Pursuit where like two teams start at opposite ends of the track, and like they have to do like 18 laps, and they're basically full sprinting the whole time. So like it's almost like how you do it. Whoever's like most tired, I guess, just like falls off the pack, and like you have to finish with 3. The third bike is where it sets your time.
That's wild.
It's like, but it looks insane. It looks like bicycle NASCAR.
Have you ever seen the legs on the dudes that are cyclists like that?
They would break the hardest surface.
Like, I mean, we're talking like thighs bigger than me. It's like crazy. That would be wild. It's like the complete and total opposite of like the guy that goes to the gym and works everything on his upper body but never works his legs. It's like these guys walking around with 2 tree trunks. Anyway, did you come up with an event?
I didn't really see anything that I loved.
He's taking this serious, guys.
I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. It's not as prevalent nowadays, but like when you think of the Olympics, or when you used to think of the Olympics, I think like decathlon was like really important, just like being able to have so much diversity in so many different events. So I thought that would be kind of cool. But
That would be cool.
What's is that? I thought that was like a winter thing.
decathlon? No.
Yeah.
They might have. I think it's been changed to like pentathlon now.
Ooh,
There was a triathlon.
Is that like
that's there.
Is that like pentagram? Does that have anything to do? That's Satanist. That's
5.
crazy.
Speaking of,
Penta just means 5, so yeah, it's 5.
speaking of, going to talk about the opening ceremony.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about that. That's crazy. That's nonsense. Who wants to talk about the opening ceremony?
gotta.
Everybody's talked about it enough. Seriously. No,
There was one
we
thing.
can talk about it.
One thing I wanted to say. One thing I wanted to say was like, what? You were. I just realized you were joking, so you can open it up if you'd like.
No. Yes, I was joking. For
He
sure.
was joking.
Yeah. Why not talk about it? What do y'all want to talk about it?
What were you going to say, TJ?
I was gonna say.
He's going to talk about the phenomenal fits everyone had on.
Yeah, exactly. Let's the whole Last Supper thing, right? Let's start there. Let's start with the elephant.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about the Olympics. We weren't talking about elephants.
Yo, Elephant Olympics.
What?
Let's.
Elephant handball.
We will make
Trunk
millions.
ball. Yes.
We will make millions if we start the Elephant Olympics.
It is.
Anyways,
Okay.
all right. So
Opening ceremony.
opening ceremony, Last Supper. The consensus seems to be that it was not the Last Supper.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not the case, somebody was really uncareful.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I mean, there had to be like a billion rehearsals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did no one like stop and look at this thing and go, looks vaguely familiar? Like, like I don't know. It just don't add up to me. And then I feel like once people started to get upset about that, that just snowballed. Like that's really the only thing that got me as like, that seems a Rude.
That's sus.
Yeah.
As the
Yeah, I saw all the stuff where they like tried to step back and like be like, "Oh no, that's not what we meant," you know. And it's like one of the rules of communication is that communication is irreversible.
Yeah.
And so once you've done something or said something, it's in history. Like, yes, you can take back what you said, but like it's been done. And so, yeah, I think you make a good point that whoever planned that out did not think it through the best. And I listened to one of the guy, I think it was the guy that had planned the whole ceremony thing, and he was trying to say it had to do with like France's inclusive culture and like, you know, that you can live how you want in France, and that was kind of like what he was trying to express.
Yeah, well, that explains the drag queens.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
like why they gotta stand like that? Why they gotta stand like that in front of the three windows, in front of the like with the person in the middle with the crown and the like? I just like it was like so striking resemblance. And then there's this whole other subset of people, especially friends of mine, that are saying like imagine being so uncultured as to not know it's this Greek festival of whatever his name is, and it's like well, great, where's that painting? Like
Yeah, you know which one has relevance? The one with the largest denomination of religion in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it just seemed weird to me. And then people started saying like, oh, there's a like the horse thing. I think the horse thing was just a cool horse. I don't think.
You're talking about how it was supposedly to resemble like the different horses in Revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that was when I saw that thing coming down the middle of the river. I thought that is the coolest thing I have ever seen.
Yeah, a metal
Like,
horse running.
all that
water.
aside, like that was a cool visual, right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
And then of course they played one of my favorite metal bands was on the
on the
I was like, I don't even
The
know
building?
I don't know what the building is, but the ones that were on the building.
I felt like, let's just be clear, not that I do this, but I felt like I was on this never-ending trip watching the opening ceremony. Like I was like, this is dumb. Like, and again, my opinion, but it's just like
Sue me.
it made no sense to me whatsoever. And then obviously you throw in the fact that they, the Last Supper, and it sucks, but it doesn't surprise me. It just doesn't surprise me. Like, why are we as Christians blown away by people's blatant disrespect for what Christianity believes and our values? Like, why are we like, I can't believe this happened on national television? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, the people who are doing it obviously have no care or regard to what we believe. They only care about what they believe.
Yeah, they don't have to follow our rules if they don't follow what we follow.
And that's not just the Olympics either.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's most of American media.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not to say that it's not making that okay. It's just simply saying, like, why on earth do we feel as Christians that everyone else lives life by the same moral compass that we do? And so why does it surprise us? And then what really frustrates me is that when you have that, that's what everybody focuses on. And now all of a sudden, and I'm not saying everybody, I guess you can't say everybody, but a large section of people or a group of people focus in on that. And now all of a sudden they're like, well, I'm not watching the Olympics because this was absurd. Like, there are athletes that have been training their whole life to compete in these events at this level. Yep. Why on earth would I allow something that honestly was offensive to me in my Christian faith at the opening ceremony dictate whether or not I support someone who has worked their whole life to win at an Olympic event?
Perhaps Christian athletes too.
Yeah. And so like it's the whole, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, again, I don't support that. I think what they did was, obviously a blatant like slap in the face for us. Or again, maybe they didn't think it through, because I've read different articles and things like that. And so maybe the creator of that opening ceremony really wasn't trying to purposefully
mock the
the Last Supper. Maybe that wasn't his goal, but it was an artistic expression, right? Yeah, maybe so, whatever. But the fact still remains, what happened was very offensive. And so, but saying that will dictate whether or not, this person who has been training their whole life in a track and field event is going to break, records and have personal best. Like, I'm not going to throw that away and go like, well, forget it. I'm not supporting the Olympics, because there are good people in the Olympics. Like, I think that's the same thing when you have like a terrorist attack, and you have, even when COVID was happening, when the whole, was it like people going against like Asian people, or, like, what did they call it? It was like,
Stop Asian Hate.
Yeah, Asian hate. Like, we as a culture will take something that is bad and assume that everything about that culture, everything about that thing is bad. And so we lump everybody into one thing. You just can't do that. Anyway.
You know what happened? So, talking about the Last Supper, right? What happens before the Last Supper? Judas betrays Jesus, right? Just because Judas betrays Jesus doesn't stop the resurrection, right?
Yeah.
And so, just because they chose to make this depiction at the Olympics, it didn't stop Christian athletes from glorifying God. And we have someone like Sydney McLaughlin, like she's like the most prominent one, but she won the 400 hurdles and like absolutely like dominated, like broke world record, and she was giving glory to God and like saying how she wouldn't be here without God, and like she's like, I can win all these medals, or like, but I also don't have to, like, I've already won, is basically what she's saying. And you have people like Scotty Scheffler, who won gold medal for golf, and he like has expressed how his faith is super important to him in the past. And like, so I mean, because something like this is going to happen, it doesn't prevent God's work to be done. God's always going to win in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think it's great, because in the end it says that, and the gates of hell will not prevail against my church, right?
Amen.
So I don't know. It's so weird. We get caught up in so many things. And again, I'm not saying that they're not important, that we shouldn't say like, that's not right. But at the same time too, like, come on.
There's like wars and stuff to be mad about.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's be mad about how, what is it? Rebels are running. Was it Haiti? And like, everything is,
the gangs have taken over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like, hello.
Brutal.
I made that video for Sarah and Kevins, and like just going through the footage that they had was like, is this a real place right now?
Right.
Like, this is just the news, like, for them. Like, oh yeah, there's no food because there's gangs in the streets. Like,
yeah, and they've taken control of the ports, and yeah, it's a mess.
And we're over.
They painted a guy blue.
Oh man, it's crazy. It just, I don't know, man.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
For the audio listeners, I just kicked Randy in the foot on accident.
Yeah. So how long have we been on this thing?
Well, not counting me forgetting to record the first time.
Yeah.
We were at 35.
Okay, that's fair.
We got time.
That's fair. But I will say this, like, okay, so in the Olympics, you've also got like the controversy with the female boxing.
Forgot about that one.
Man. So it just seems very simple to me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just my simple way of thinking, and people would be like, oh my gosh, they're just so uneducated. That's why he's talking about like that. But at the same time, it seems very simple. Like, women's sports should have women competing in them, just like men's sports should have men competing in them.
Have you heard the latest update?
I haven't.
What? Please inform us, because I'm actually distant.
Let me preface this by saying I think the Olympics did this. I think the Olympics put a headline out that demanded an outrage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what's her name? It's like Amani, something like that.
Yeah, the Italian. Was it the Italian boxer or the other girl?
No, it was the other girl.
Guy.
Angela Carini was I remember her name because it's a
Angela
name I would
Crane.
hear. But like the other girl's name, she's like, she Pakistan? I forget. Huh? No, not Nigeria.
I think it was Pakistan. That sounds right.
Amin Khalif.
Antarctica. She was from
Algeria.
Antarctica. Yeah.
So
I was
in Algeria,
close.
it is illegal to be. It's illegal to be gay. It's illegal to be trans. It's illegal to be all that. So she was born a woman. She has some sort of, was it Swyer syndrome? I think is what they called it. Oh yeah. So that's what it was. Thank you. She has XY chromosomes, but she is female. So when she qualified, when she
So is she like a hermaphrodite?
No,
No.
I don't think so. But
Man, we threw that out there. Okay.
yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna say no. I don't know this woman. So, but she failed 2020 Olympics. Like there's like some test where it like tests your how much testosterone you have or whatever, and she was over the line. So they didn't let her fight in the 2020 Olympics. So she comes back. And the other thing is that she's been beaten by women before. And she, like, there was pictures of her as a kid being a woman. So I more so, I think Olympics released a headline that said, fighter who failed the gender test last Olympics just destroyed this other girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
they
like
did the whole South Park Randy Savage thing. Don't watch it.
so yeah, so you're saying like, just like much other news that we experience in our life, it's like it's really just to create just a buzz.
Yep.
To draw your attention to the Olympics or whatever like that.
Right.
Whether it's good press or bad press, it's press. Yeah.
Everyone's talking about it. It's all over everything.
This is the scary part in regards to like where we're going, especially with AI and things like that. Like how much of this information that we are getting through Google, through news outlets, whatever like that, is actually true, right? Mm-hmm. And so we go around basing decisions, and we're basing our not values, but we're basing our opinions on things based on a bunch of misinformation.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I can see that. Like, I don't know this person who was in boxing, this girl, and I don't know her background, and I don't know science enough to say, oh, I didn't realize that a female could have a testosterone problem. Which, granted, I guess there are, females who can be more, bulky than the next. So I get that. And so if that truly is the case, then I still feel like from the Olympic side of things, like there has to be some qualification that they're able to get through. But I don't know. It's a safety thing.
Yeah, I didn't know all that information about how it got handled and stuff. So it's enlightening. But
I've had this conversation. I've had this conversation a couple different times of like, I believe that yes, there should be gender equality in regards to like women should have the same rights as far as being in a work setting, athletic, whatever like that. They should have the right to compete, to be successful, and all that. No questions asked. But if we're looking specifically at like athletic ability, like physical or athletic ability, I just don't think that there will ever be a place for women to safely compete in certain male events and not get seriously injured. Yeah. Just because of our physical makeup. Like that would be terrible.
They were made differently in the image of God. Like there's a reason that like Usain Bolt's men's record is faster than the women's record in terms of the 100 dash or whatever event you want to choose. Or you do that for anything, weightlifting, like a lot of events. Men's categories are always higher or like elevated just because of the testosterone levels and the physical capabilities.
I was watching an interview of a UFC fighter where it was like top tier champion of like the women's division. If she would ever want to spar, because they have like teams, if she ever wanted to spar with somebody in her team, the like leader of the camp would have to pick like bottom of the barrel, like 2-2 male, and be like, go easy on her. Like even though she's whooping everybody in her division, it's just the way the body's built.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about WNBA. That seems to be the controversial one, but
Yeah, what was it? There was a long time ago, Gino Ariema, the UConn women's basketball coach. I think he was coach. I don't remember what he was coaching, but they did an interview about whether or not I think it was Brittany Griner would beat DeMarcus Cousins in a one-on-one match, and he said in the interview, he's like, I'm going to the bank and I'm putting $1 million on DeMarcus Cousins. like this is a guy that has seen the best women's basketball players come through his program, and he knows without a doubt that the best men's basketball players would smoke them.
Huh. That's crazy. Speaking of the track and field men's and women's, so one Olympics, I guess it was, what was it, 2016? Somewhere around
That was
there.
Brazil.
Anyway, we were watching it. Some friends of ours were having a cookout, and we were watching some of the events, and we were watching the women's track events, and we were a friend and myself were like, you know what? I feel like we could actually probably get the same like track lap time or track time as the women's event. So we went out and we marked out, I think it was like the 100-meter or something like that. We were like, oh, we're going to crush this, right? We were nowhere close.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that they would smoke someone like me.
Yeah,
but I also haven't dedicated my whole life to track and field. And
I feel like you could put the lightest wrestler against me, and still just like I tap.
Dude, I love seeing the memes lately where it's like me at home watching the Olympics, and it's like me sitting on the couch with like potato chips and like a Mountain Dew, and we're like, like some gymnast like steps out of bounds, or like pathetic.
That's
like goober.
Why did they not see that coming? But yeah. So anyway, well, gentlemen, I don't know how much quality content that we have put out there into the universe, but I feel like it's been a pretty successful podcast.
We got 43 minutes. I feel like we could hit one more thing.
Okay. What is that one more thing?
Do you have one more
anything
thing
in mind?
Do you guys agree with me on the Monty Hall problem yet?
Oh goodness gracious! I thought you were talking about the Olympics.
I agree that I never want to talk about the Monty Hall problem again. My mind
Would you like
was
to talk
swimming
about
in
the
a
birthday
sea
paradox?
of confusion. What?
Would you like to talk about the birthday paradox?
I
The
think
birthday paradox?
okay. Back to the Monty Hall thing. I think I would agree with you. Thumbs up. Wow. I would agree with you if it was more than 3 doors.
Why?
Because if it's only 3, my chances are the same if I change or if I don't.
It's not true.
Yes.
No, it's not. Chris, it is not true. I promise. Look. There's. I don't know. There's no more ways I can explain it to you. We got car.
So how do I know if I pick the right door at the beginning?
You don't. You have a 1 in 3 chance. What? He doesn't open the door. I'm saying, so 1 in 3 times you'll lose, right? Mm-hmm. And that's if you pick the car first.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa Randy's falling asleep. If you pick the car first, you'll lose. If you pick the goats, if you pick either goat, if you switch, you win. That's a simple way to put it. If you pick either goat, and there's 2 of them, and you switch, you win the car. If you pick the car, he'll open either goat door. If you switch, you lose. But since there's 2 goats, you picking the goat thing happens twice as often as picking the car first.
I also, I don't think on Let's Make a Deal. Well, I mean, if you get to the final one, I should say, on the final one, I don't think they let you switch.
I think they do.
I don't think they do usually.
Well, that also doesn't matter.
Because, well, on the
this is this situation.
the final one, also you're guaranteed a prize. That's partially why.
Yeah, they give you the goat.
My question is,
Okay.
depending on who is picking the door, a goat may be a very legitimate prize.
Well, that's why at the beginning I said
I already have a car. I want to go.
Assume you don't want the goat.
Assume you don't want the
yeah.
goat. I got you.
I made that math.
Yeah.
Forget what they call it.
They call it like a zonk or something like that. If that's what they call it on Let's Make a Deal. Like if you like.
I remember.
Full confession, I had to go to summer school 2 years in a row because of my math.
Nice.
I did not pass in regular.
Okay. Well, we can talk about math all day. It's like one of my favorite things to talk about.
I cannot talk about math all day.
The
My
Monty
brain
Hall
will
problem. Yeah, I'm finding your theory on Wikipedia right now.
I'm not lying to you. I told you. I am right.
The Monty Hall problem is a brain
am
teaser
right.
in the form of a probability puzzle. Blah, blah, blah.
What else did you find? Tell me, Chris.
Yeah, it's using the goat analogy as well in here.
Goat.
So
Tell me.
I see what it's saying.
Tell me what it says.
I don't want to read it.
Christopher.
It hurts my soul.
In the meantime, Randy.
Yes.
How many people have to be in a room for it to be likely that two of them have the same birthday?
402. Yep.
That makes it impossible that there's not.
You are
a birthday.
welcome, sir.
How many have to be in a room?
How many people have to be in a room for it to be likely, not certain, likely that?
So what's likely over 50%?
50% or more, I'll say.
2.
Chris,
1.5.
Sorry, Randy.
1 and 1/3.
What?
1/3? Is that like a child? Or?
We'll call that an infant. The 1/3 is an infant.
I think I would say 15.
I forget the exact number. Hold on.
They do either 15 or 30 is the one that's
If
going to my
Pete and
brain.
Repeat was sitting on a fence and Pete fell off, who would be left?
Nope.
Indistinct cheddar.
Birthday
That's all I got.
paradox.
That's all I'm bringing to the
Explained.
table.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The chance of two people in a group of 23 sharing a birthday is over 50%.
23.
Yeah.
23.
So it's halfway between my two numbers, basically.
What did you say?
I said 15 and 30, so it's halfway between
Yeah.
those two. Yeah. Gotcha.
I mean, I was basically there,
Right.
with 402.
And
I
the
was
way
basically
I
there.
saw it explained, because that's a shockingly low number to me. I mean, there's
that is pretty low.
There's 365 birthdays. I would assume you need half of that to make it likely. But if you think about it, you got like a guy walks in a room. He has a birthday.
Is he really a guy?